Next item is a certificate of merit to Patricia O'Loughlin. That was to have been handed out by the mayor to Patricia O'Loughlin. It's kind of ironic that her husband's going to be handing it to her instead. If she'll come forward.
Trish. Finally comfortable. I'm in a short sleeve shirt.
This is in recognition of your achievement as recipient of the Minnesota Veterans Reform Awards Emergency Technician Gold Medal Award for 2009. It is an honor for me as mayor of the city of Plaine to present the certificate of merit to Patricia O'Loughlin. Reports, Fire Department, Chief.
Thank you, Councilman. You have my report, and I'll take any questions you have at this time. Pretty quiet month this month.
Anybody have any questions of the chief? Any questions at all? Okay, thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Community Services Department, Nelson?
You have my report also, and I would address any questions you may have.
Mr. Mayor, I have a question. I have a question.
Hi, Dawn.
Okay.
Hi. I've received a number of phone calls, and I believe Mr. Trost has also received some phone calls regarding the T-ball.
Okay.
Is there a possibility of doing a split session, doing some AM, some PM?
You know, we've thought about it. It's a possibility. I mean, have you taken a lot of?
Yeah, they were parents that weren't surveyed.
Okay.
They were from the other schools.
When I know we surveyed pre-kindergarten through second grade, which is kind of our target area. But, you know, we can take a look at it, and, you know, it would be, we could put a different twist on it or something, or...
As one parent told me, it's a 30-year tradition, and she's just beside herself, so
Well, I will, you know, we can take a look at it,
I'd appreciate it.
yeah.
Any other questions?
Yes. I helped with 3 and 4-year-olds the last couple of years,
Yep,
and I don't want to see having T-ball like they did without base pass, and I wouldn't pay $25 to play on grass where you can't learn nothing and play on a grass field.
well, I don't have a ton of background information, but I know Jordan uses a grass field. They don't use baseball fields.
Well-
But that's one community. I mean, I don't know what New Prague does or Listen.
We have a lot of fields. We certainly could use baseball fields.
Okay.
We could have it during the day or a different time. When you took your survey, you didn't do Trinity or OIP,
And we did not.
and your pre-kindergarten, you didn't, I mean, you don't get many of them either. You don't have to be in that program.
Well, and we did ECFE too. We were hoping that covered an area of those, but we can take another look at it.
I think when we do surveys, we should ask everybody.
Well,
How many people answered your survey?
I don't know that offhand. I can get that information for you if you'd like.
No, that's fine. I know you said it was
It was
60%.
yeah, it was quite a few, but
But I've been involved going to that every year, too, for the last
Yeah.
3 years with grandchildren in it, and there's an awful lot of turnout. There's more turnout in your ball sports than any other thing we do in this town. And if you have to have more fields, I think you should go to the park board and have them have a priority with that, because we do need more fields.
right, I agree.
We have a lot of land.
We do. We're at least 4 fields short right now.
I see the park board reports, they don't even talk about fields.
Yeah. And I can address that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions? Thank you, Nelson.
Thanks.
Al?
Vice Mayor Laughlin, Council, you have my report. I'll take any questions.
Any questions at all for Al? Hearing none. Moving on. Joe?
Vice Mayor, Council, you have my report. The only thing I would add is that we were not successful in gaining municipal agreements award. That information was communicated this morning, and there were a number of minor factors that they suggested as reasoning, but the largest one was the fact that they actually wanted to see us go all the way down to CASA 3 this particular time, which we know really isn't going to function for our Southside businesses at this point, nor does it really fit our budget. That was one of the reasons. And then one of the other things I found peculiar was that they commented on the fact that while we were channelizing South Street to further reduce driver confusion and so forth as they come off of the highway, there really wasn't a reduction to be seen in crashes because there really weren't any crashes yet. So apparently you have to actually have some to really score high on this thing. The other thing that frustrated me greatly was the fact that there really wasn't an access closure associated with this application, but we all know that we've been subject to a number of those already, and so those were extremely frustrating. So at this point, we believe that there's a non-STIP solicitation for state aid communities coming out tomorrow, and we'll be pursuing that associated with this project. So I wanted to update you on those developments.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Joe, has any small communities got anything out of this? I didn't see the list. Is this large communities getting?
Nothing's been handed out yet, Councilmember Trost. The bills haven't
understand
even
that.
passed through. There is a list of presumed projects that are coming out, and the way that the funding turned around was originally projects could not be on the State Transportation Improvement Program, meaning they could not have been in a previous funding cycle over the next 3 years. What happened was they reversed that. Now all of a sudden they had to have been in a previously funded program, meaning they had to be on the STIP. And to do that, you'd already have applied for federal funding. And the reasoning that we understand is so that the politicians can actually track which projects were moved up and report saying, look, see what we did? We moved all these projects up. We did a great thing. So the fact is, unless your project was on the STIP, you could not receive any of this stimulus. Well, they did save or reserve about $150 million, they meaning the state and MnDOT, for non-STIP related projects. And that's what I was just referring to in that solicitation coming out presumably tomorrow. But there haven't been any infrastructure stimulus projects being awarded yet because the money just isn't there yet. It hasn't passed the federal process.
Okay, thank you.
Administrators report?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, council members. You have my report. I have nothing to add at this point, but I will take any questions.
Any questions at all?
I have one. In the neighborhood support program, if the CDA buys property, homes, are they still pay real estate tax?
Either that or in lieu of taxes, but yes, they would, yeah, it would still be taxable property, yes.
The house, I mean, just like it was, whatever it's valued at, just like my house?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, that's my question. Because if it's not, I wouldn't want them to be buying all these houses.
I will make sure, but that's my understanding.
I wouldn't want the CDA to buy homes that are in foreclosure, rent them out, and make people pay rent and not pay taxes. That's my question.
Yeah. And this is a